All right. So welcome once again, everyone. This is Lorinda Walker. I am a diamond in New Jersey, and we welcome Stephanie Scoville's team and her sisters, and many of them are on, and just so excited to be with you all tonight and kind of break it down and give many different perspectives, as many as we can fit in this 1 hour time frame, and just bring you the highlights of leadership as much as we can, and the different things that each one of us picked up, because as you know, kind of like playing the game of telephone, you could all be in the same room and just hear different things and interpret different things. So it's always good to have um, a few people's perspectives. So we are excited to get going here, and let me pull up my slides. Dun, 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 dun. Share screen. Here we go. Okay, cool. So this recap meeting is kind of customer focused, I would say, because it's really focused on the new products that are coming out and a couple of big announcements that doTERRA made. Some of you may have heard some of these things already, but I think all of us that were there in person would agree there's nothing like being there in person, of course, but maybe some of you watched it online. In fact, if any of you on this call did watch it virtually, can you just type in the chat virtual, so I know that we have more people that can actually chime in here other than the ones that were there in person. All right, let's see. Let's move forward. Here we go. Number 2. Okay. So the first thing you're going to start to see is doTERRA always looking to present the most up-to-date image, and their marketing department is always hard at work, led by Scott Greer. I think he's really amazing in that role. He's very cutting edge. I really like him. And they're updating the labeling of some of our supplements. So as you start to reorder some of these favorites, you're going to see the labeling is updated and looks really modernized. The formulations itself have not changed at all. It's just the label is different, and they're trying to just make the labeling congruent across all of the product lines. So that's the first thing you're going to start to see. The next announcement is Spanish Sage, which those of us who got our convention kits were very delighted to receive this amazing oil. And finally, doTERRA is ready to launch it on April 1st. So Saturday's the day, woo! So we get to take advantage of this beautiful oil once again. And I remember Emily Wright speaking about this one at convention, and I really like this oil for calming the mind, helps you to be more alert. It actually helps cognitive function as well. So this is a good one to diffuse if you're studying or you're trying to concentrate on something. And this one just has a really beautiful aroma, and it's very cleansing to the air. So similar to how you would sage a room. I know some people like to do that to kind of clear negative energy. Diffusing Spanish sage would give you a similar result without having to burn, the sage. So this is a great oil to have in your collection, and it will be available on Saturday. We are so excited.
Hey, Lorinda, do you mind if I interject something on that?
Please, go ahead.
So one of our diamond clubbers, Katrina Lotz, I didn't know about all that. And she's been diffusing Spanish sage in her home before her events and everything. And she's had really great success. And she told me, I was trying to find her texting thread where she was telling me all about that. But she said it's really great, like you said, to get rid of negative energy and to make people feel open and ready for new things and stuff. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
thanks.
It gives the same, similar result as burning sage in your house. So I know as a massage therapist, I have an office in my home, and sometimes the sessions can be really rough, and emotional and tough, and depending on what that client is going through. And sometimes I just want a clean slate, you know what I mean? Before I, welcome the next client in. And I am so appreciative of the Spanish sage to allow me to do that without literally burning sage in my room. You know, 'cause sometimes I don't like the smell of something burned, even though it's sage. This is a much better option for me and a lot quicker than walking around with a sage stick in my room, right? So, and certainly fire safe as well. So, this is such a great option for anybody who does energy work or body work or doctor's offices or, you know, I'm thinking so many uses for this psychiatrist's office just to like, whoosh, like protect your bubble, clear the space. So such a great one to have in the collection. All right, next. All right, so this is our Mother's Day special, again, launching Saturday. Yay, we're so excited. So this may seem familiar to you, like, did doTERRA do this before with some kind of Mother's Day kit? Yes and no. So yes, they did something similar to this with the mini rollers. So these are 4 ml roller bottles, but the thing that's different with this one is gardenia. And those of you who went to convention live, which I did, so anyone who did get their convention kit on premises in Salt Lake City received the beautiful gift of a Gardenia Touch roller. And oh my gosh, you guys, are you just loving it? So it is one of the most intoxicating aromas ever. And of course, I've been using it very sparingly because I knew I would never be able to buy it, or it was just a gift, right? You didn't think that you would ever see it again. So it was just one of those special things, like it's so limited. We're not even selling it, it's such limited quantities. So to see it, coming back in this beautiful gift box, I'm very, very excited. This would be a beautiful gift for your mom, your sister, your best friend, anyone that you really want to shower them with some love. And what it's not shown on the picture, but what also comes with this little gift set is a little orange, looks like a keychain, I guess, and you can stick one of the rollers inside of the keychain. So it's a really cute little way to carry your roller with you and not have it get lost in the big black hole of your big tote bag. Don't know about you, but I have a big Kate Spade tote bag, and it's like the black hole, everything I just throw in there. So I appreciate the little orange pretty keychain that will protect that roller ball, right? So this is definitely going to be a big seller, I believe, and I think the price point is really good. I think the price point is better than the one they had before. So $36, nice gift for mom. I would definitely be sure to add to cart on the 1st of April. Okay, next. Okay, the next thing, super, super exciting, is a new product in the doTERRA sun care line. So this is our Face Mineral Sunscreen Moisturizer. Absolutely beautiful. This is something we've been asking for. I know many of us, wear, SPF makeup. I know I do. And this has an SPF of 28. This is dermatologist tested. It contains frankincense, helichrysum, magnolia, ylang ylang, and lemongrass. What I really loved when I learned about this from the dermatologist who spoke about it is how it's shielding us against the damaging UVA and UVB rays, which I did not realize you could get from a screen. So here I am sitting in my office. Stephanie's outside. She's exposed to those rays right now. I'm sitting here in the dark, thinking I'm cool. I don't have to worry about sunscreen on my face in the dark, in the daylight, even my office. But I do, I never realized that it could be very damaging just sitting in front of your computer screen. So even if you're a hermit-like person and you don't get out much during the sunlight, the fact is that your skin is being damaged by your screen time. So most of us, I'm sure, are on our screens quite a bit, whether you're watching TV or you're on your computer or you're looking at your phone, you're on your iPad, you are getting some negative rays on your face. And there's nothing that's more damaging to your skin and more aging to your skin than those UVA and UVB rays. So I encourage everybody to incorporate this sunscreen moisturizer into your skincare routine, because let's face it, we're all about anti-aging now, right? That's doTERRA's mission, and I think is reverse aging. So we got to look good too, right? So it's really important to protect our skin. And of course, it's not just about looking good, but it's about protecting our skin from cancerous rays, right? So this, we were able to try it in the lab, you know, when we went to the leadership showcase, and I'm very impressed with the way that it goes on the skin. It's very soft. It is white when it comes out of the bottle. So when you put it on your face, you have to rub it in, obviously, but it's not like the zinc oxide that you're going to be like Casper the Friendly Ghost walking around. Like it definitely absorbs into your skin, right? So I think this is a great product. I love the fact that it's reef safe as well. I really appreciate the fact that doTERRA is really very cognizant of protecting the environment and very much aware of sustainability and doing their best to be good corporate citizens and just making products that are safe for the environment at large. So I really appreciate that about doTERRA. Vegan friendly, and of course, free from all the bad stuff. So no.
Hey, Lorinda, this
Yeah.
is Jenny. I have a question. How does that differ from, does anybody know how this new product differs from the one that came out last year, the face and body stick?
Yeah, great question. I think that this is meant to be more of an everyday. The face and body stick, I believe, has a little bit more SPF. This one is really meant to be worn under your makeup. That's really the difference. Like I look at the other thing as something to be worn outside or when I'm laying out in the sun or I'm going on the beach. This is for everyday use, whether I'm inside or outside, just to protect my skin from the UVA and UVB and the blue light. So that's what makes it different than the stick. But that is a really great question. I don't know if Stephanie, if you have any other thoughts
I
on
think
that.
it's also a moisturizer. So,
Yes.
you know how we have the skincare thing. So it's a moisturizer that just has the SPF in it. So it's like a dual use thing. And the other
Yep,
one is like literally a sunscreen, the stick that you put on as a sunscreen.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, great. Awesome. Thank you. Great question. Thank you for that question. Okay, and again, this will be available this spring, so they didn't tell us exactly when, but definitely before, you know, the prime summer season, and it will be $35, 30 PV. So coming soon. Okay, the next thing is the one I'm most super excited about. Ta-da! Okay, this is the doTERRA Rose Duet. Oh my gosh, you guys, if I could just somehow emit the spray through the Zoom so that you can smell it, it is so heavenly. I can't even tell you. This is available June 1st. Literally, I would just like take your phone right now and just put a reminder in your phone, like an alarm, to just add this to your cart on June 1st, because I honestly believe this will sell out quickly. Because I know every single person at leadership who was able to try it is going to put the maximum number in their cart because that's how good it was and so intoxicatingly gorgeous. And those of you who maybe were gifted one of these rose mists a few months ago from that enrollment promotion that doTERRA had, I actually got 2 of them, and they came from the Chinese market. So it was funny when I got it in the mail and I opened it and the labeling was all Chinese characters. I'm like, oh, wow, this is cool. It's really interesting to have this from China, right? And I love it. And I've been using it again, another thing, sparingly, like my Gardenia Touch. I've been using this sparingly because like, how am I ever going to get this again, right? Even though I have 2 bottles, I'm like, oh, maybe every other day or just 1 spritz, right? It's so gorgeous. And I thought, well, this is so cool that we have this, you know, that we'll be able to buy it in June. And then I smelled it and I said, oh my gosh, this smells completely different than the one I have at home. Why? How is this so different? And because this product comes from our rose distillery in Bulgaria. So the roses are totally different. And it just goes to show you that a plant grown in a different soil, a different climate, a different country can smell completely different than another. So I cannot even express how gorgeous this is. We were lining up, you know, at the last day of leadership, I literally like doused myself with this spray. I sprayed my hair. I tried to spray it down my shirt. it's so intoxicatingly gorgeous. I think everyone who was there would agree with me. And what I love about this is it's actually considered a humectant. So that means it prepares the skin to receive more moisture. So if you're wondering at what step of the skincare routine does this fit into? So it's cleanser and then toner and then this rose mist. And then you would follow up with a serum, and then the moisturizer would be last. So the other thing we learned about this is usually Hydrosol, so doTERRA has not wanted to make hydrosols forever and ever and ever, because the former company that Emily was with, those of you may know, I was with them too. You know, I guess they made some hydrosols, or she just didn't like the way that they were done. And she had an opinion, a negative opinion about hydrosols, because typically they're made with the waste product of the distilled oil. This one, however, has its own separate distillation process. So it's not the waste product that's coming from distilling the rose oil. It has its own process to make and create this hydrosol. So it has all the most amazing chemical constituents of rose, and there's nothing, you know, negative about it. It's all good stuff, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And the next product that's next to it there is the Moringa Rose Oill, which again is just dreamingly beautiful, if that is even a word. But it actually goes into your skin really, really nicely, similar to the Virage serum, like that consistency, but smells of rose, you know, only, and absolutely gorgeous, good for all skin types, very moisturizing, obviously. And just, you know, I'm looking at it like an alternative to Virage, just a little bit different, but absolutely gorgeous. So I think this is going to be a big part of many people's skincare routine. Again, 30 PV, $49.50, add to cart. You know, I think you can get up to a couple of them while supplies last. So please, you know.
So Lorinda, just to
Question.
clarify, the Moringa Rose Oil you would use to replace the Virage serum?
Correct.
Okay, in the sequence of products.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand it says while supplies last, you know, get it while you can. But since it's coming from Bulgaria, hopefully the intention is that longer term it will become a permanent offering.
Yes, I did ask that question because, like I said, I am obsessed with this mist, and the thought of it, you know, never coming back again would make me cry. So I asked them, are we planning on making this a permanent item? And the answer is yes. So again, you know, we have a lot more control because we own that distillery in Bulgaria. So that is a huge benefit. So it really just depends on the crops of roses and making sure we have enough to manage the great demand that we will have once these products hit. But I feel like there's even more to come from that distillery in Bulgaria. I think that's a really amazing investment that doTERRA made in that beautiful place. And like I said, the roses smell different, and everyone that was in that little area, there was no frown on any face. Like everyone was just like, oh, it just brings that amazing sense of euphoria and joy, that beautiful aroma of the rose. So I think this is going to be an amazing thing to have in your collection. I don't know if you have anything else, Stephanie or Cricket, anything else that you wanted to share about that? Okay, I'm moving on.
Yeah, I think you covered it well, Lorinda. That was
Okay.
awesome.
It's hard to contain my excitement about that one. All right, so next, doTERRA announced that maybe if you've been around a while, you have recalled in the past that after the leadership retreat, they used to do something called a spring tour. So I believe the leaders asked doTERRA to rename that, because who the heck knows what a spring tour is, and what does that really even mean anyway? So now it's been renamed Reclaim Your Health, and this is coming to a city near you, hopefully. This will be a leader-led event, and we are looking at one in New Jersey, just for those of you that are here from my team. We're looking at May 20th. We're just trying to find a venue that may work for us, but that's the possible date for us. And so you can sponsor an event really of any size, starting at 25 people. You get a little something from corporate to support you. But if you are willing to sponsor a large event, like over 200 people, which we're trying to do in collaboration with other diamond leaders in this area, corporate actually gives you a doctor and an executive to come and support your event in person. So we are hoping, you know, to get actually Dr. Chris Spellman, who is an amazing doctor on our medical advisory board. And he seems to be available on that date. So hopefully he will be there. And we're not sure which executive. It won't be any of the founding executives. According to doTERRA, they are not traveling this year on these tours, but it will be someone, you know, from an executive, in an executive role that will come and support, you know, your event if you're able to pull together 200 people. So look for more of that in the weeks to come in an area near you. There's definitely bonuses for attending in person, special offers, special deals, gift, you know, a door prize as you walk in. Everyone's going to get one. So this is going to be a great, you know, a great event to attend if you are available to do that. Okay, cool. Just letting people in the waiting room. Okay, next. Let's see. Okay, so this is another really cool new feature that doTERRA will be rolling out in the near future, and it's called Wish List. So we've been asking for this for a long time as well. Have you ever just gone browsing through the doTERRA website and said, oh, I love that. Oh, I love that, but I can't really do it this month, but I would just love to save that somehow on a wish list. Well, doTERRA heard us. doTERRA IT heard our pleas. So they are developing wish lists. So it should be coming out very soon. And let me see if I could show you what it looks like. Oops, going the wrong way. Hold on one second. No, not that way. Sorry, guys. Oh, I can go down here. There we go. Okay. So what you're going to start to notice while you're browsing the website is a little heart in the upper left-hand corner of each product. So if you want to add that to your wish list, you would just give it a little heart, and then you can look up your wish list later by, let's see, when you pull down your drop-down menu, you're going to see a line item that's called wish list. So right under your, once you logged into your account, you'll see it right there under account profile. You see their wish list right there. And then the other place, let's see, I could show you a little bit more. Once you click on wish list, then you'll see everything that's in your wish list. And if you're ready to purchase it at that time, you can simply just add it to your bag. So you can just have a running wish list of things that you want to purchase, or even use your points for, right? And I love this feature so much. I'm really excited for it. And then, you know, add it to your bag when you're ready to buy. So I think that's a really cool feature. I'm excited for that. All right, next. Okay, so there's 3 big, bold moves that doTERRA has announced to support their mission of tripling their impact, tripling the size of our company, tripling the number of customers and the number of homes that actually get to enjoy these amazing oils. So let's talk about what those 3 big things are. So the first thing that's really huge is they've decided to waive the enrollment fee. So this is pretty big, and we've been asking for this for a long time too. So that pesky $35 fee when you wanted to enroll somebody that had an order that was under 100 PV, or actually was under 150, right? So they started with a little baby step, I guess last year, and said if your order is over 150 PV, that $35 fee would be waived. What they're saying now is any order of any size, even if somebody wants to just buy a lemon, they can enroll as a wholesale customer and no $35 fee. Can I get some cheers? Woo! So this is really, really great because there's literally no barrier for someone at this point to set up their wholesale account. There's no barrier whatsoever, right? So it should be very, very simple for more people to become customers. And let's see, the next thing is wholesale customer referral. So wholesale customers are going to be allowed to refer other customers to doTERRA. Hold on, I lost my slides for a second. With a unique link that tracks that enrollment back to them, and they are going to earn doTERRA dollars for that. So let's dive into that a little bit more. What was that? Oh, I thought I heard somebody. Okay. I'm going to dive into that in a moment. That's called Refer a Friend. But I just wanted to reiterate that at 100 PV, new customers also get free shipping. So that has not changed. So that's for any order over 100 PV. That's for us existing customers as well for our LRPs, right? 100 PV and up, free shipping. And now another incentive is at 150 PV, new customers will receive a Pebble diffuser. Woo! So this goes for any custom orders. You know, if you're just piecing together an order for somebody that's a la carte and they reach 150 PV, they'll have that Pebble diffuser automatically added to their cart. This also gets added to the cart if a person orders a kit that's over 150 PV, even if that kit already comes with its own diffuser. So we have several kits that already come with diffusers. But I'm thinking right off the top of my head, how about the Meta Power kit that doesn't come with a diffuser, but it's 150 PV? Guess what? They're going to get this free diffuser also. So super cool. We love, diffusers. You can never have too many, right? I think I have 10. Don't judge me. I've been doing this a long time, but I have one basically in every room of my house because that's how I roll. All right, so let's get into launching April 3rd. Refer a friend. So wholesale customers can earn doTERRA dollars. So let's talk about this a little bit. And if you are a wellness advocate on this call, which I think most of you are, this benefits you as well. And we're gonna get into that exactly how it benefits you. So this doesn't take anything away from you. It actually benefits you completely. So you will earn commissions as well. And you have flexibility to place that referred person wherever you need to in your organization, which is wonderful. And those enrollments will help you earn points as a wellness advocate. Those refer a friend enrollments will help you earn points towards incentive trips, empowerment bonuses, all things like that. So I have a chart just to give you an idea how it looks. So this is how it's basically going to look. So as you know, when someone is enrolled, the enroller is going to get 20%. So that first order, so if a customer refers a friend using their generated link and refers somebody to doTERRA and they enroll, that wholesale customer is going to receive that 20% bonus as basically an AR credit. So basically doTERRA dollars in their account that they can use towards their own future purchases. That can be used towards the purchasing of product. It can be applied to their shipping, to their tax. It's basically going to be in their AR balance. So that first, 20%, the wholesale customer receives the doTERRA dollars, and you as the enroller of that person who referred somebody, you get your 10% on that first order, right? And then it, of course, goes one level more on the tree. Now, the subsequent orders after that initial order, it's the wellness advocate that's paid, because the assumption is it's the wellness advocate who's going to be teaching and, helping that new friend, that new person get up to speed, and training them and, maybe doing that wellness consult. So that subsequent order, the LRP, if it's one more order or two more orders, whatever it is, the wellness advocate is the person, making that 20% as long as that is in the first 60 days, just like we have it now, right? So hopefully that's clear. There are more, there's more training available for those of you that really want to, you know, dive into this a little bit further. There's actually calls, I believe, almost every day this week, and they're all at the same time, strangely, which is 2 p.m. Mountain Time. And I think I have a slide on that. Let's see. Okay. Oh, the other thing is you will get a notification. So some of you may be wondering, well, how would I even know if one of my customers enrolled somebody? How would I even know that? You're going to receive, the new member will receive an email notification. The wholesale customer, who's the sharer, is going to receive an email, and then the wellness advocate receives an email too. So everyone will be notified when something like this happens. And let's see. And this all starts on April 3rd. So literally a week from today. That's right. A week from today. This is when it all rolls out. So what's going to change on the website is when customers log in, they're going to get this little pop-up as soon as they log in that says refer a friend and get free product. Woo. It doesn't say woo. That's me saying woo, but they'll have their own link that's unique to them, that they'll have that opportunity to copy that link right then and there. And if they, you know, kind of bypass that, and then later on they thought, ooh, I want to help my friend enroll. How do I do that? They can also find their link in the drop-down menu. So when they first log in, they'll see their account profile, then wish list, our new favorite feature, and then their link right down there at the bottom that they can share with their friend. And then the third place that they can see it is when they click into their account profile. This is what shows their email address, their phone number, the percentage of LRP earnings that they're at, and they'll see their link there as well. So lots of different places that they can find it in case they bypass that first pop-up. And then here's the pro tip. If they really can't find it, or they're out and about and they just want to tell somebody what it is, this is it. So it's just referral.doterra.me / that person's member ID. So in the example here, it's referral.doterra.me / 1001. Now don't use that number. That belongs to Justin Harrison. That's his wellness advocate ID number. So don't use that. Use your own your own wholesale customer number. So this is something for wholesale customers, not wellness advocates, wholesale customers to use to refer their friends to doTERRA. So if you want to learn a little bit more about this, you could take a picture of this QR code and get.
I have a question, Lorinda.
Question.
You said it's just for wholesale customers to use. What if because there's a lot of people that are signed up in the system as wellness advocates. What if they try to do it? It's going to be okay for them or not? Is it not going to work?
So if you're already a wellness advocate and it's assumed that you're going to get the commission anyway. So you're going to earn that 20% in dollars, not, doTERRA dollars. It's going to be real money, right? So if you're a wellness advocate, now I realize that there are many, many wellness advocates that are maybe no longer doing the business. So that there's a whole category of people like that. And maybe they were initially enrolled as a wellness advocate because back in the day, we didn't have the distinction between wholesale customer and wellness advocate. It was just IPC, right? If you've been around a long time, when we first started enrolling people, we needed everyone's social security number, right? I've been with doTERRA 10 years. So when I first started, we needed everyone, we needed to get the social security number for everybody. So if you have a long standing, wellness advocate that really isn't a wellness advocate for all intents and purposes, that's just the way they came into the company, they could downgrade to wholesale customer and then, use this program. But if you have someone who's a wellness advocate that actually has a team underneath them, they would not be able to do this. But I think there's more.
I was just wondering what my question really was. I was wondering because I like that they're having the prompts in doTERRA. That is a really amazing way to finally reach these people. Are those prompts going to show up if you're a wellness advocate? And actually, one of us can check when that becomes available. But you're saying it's not going to show up because they're listed in the system as a wellness advocate.
Correct.
That is unfortunate because those really old people, they're all wellness advocates. And I would love for them to get that prompt because maybe they would do something then, right?
Yeah, so I think the answer there is to help them downgrade to wholesale customer, and then they would be able to avail themselves of this. And like I said, it's pretty easy to do that downgrade if there's no one underneath them. But if we have somehow built under these people and they're already earning a check because other leaders have built under them, or maybe they were builders at one time, they're not going to be able to take advantage of this unless they kind of swap out of that spot, right? Because they're already earning a check. So this
Right,
would
but
not
they
be
can also, Lorinda, excuse me, this is Fred.
Hey, Fred.
They can also use the link generator from their own site, which they've now placed right in the pull down menu where you go to look at your back office. So I think the assumption is if you're a wellness advocate, you're a little more savvy, and you're, to whatever degree, whether it's very passively or actively, you're working the business and you're aware of how to do that. So they just left that in our office pull down menu. It's right there. You pass it as you go on the way to click at your back office. So it is there as a step. They aren't catering to us to know about it. They're trying to cater to the wholesale customers to get them to be a little more active than in the past. They couldn't do anything.
Yeah, they did give us some statistics, and it was something like 3 out of 4 wholesale customers talk to their friends and family about doTERRA. So they're already sharing about doTERRA with their friends and family. There was just never really a mechanism to reward them for that until now. So at this point, now we have this new program, which is wonderful. And like I said, it benefits the wellness advocates as well. So does that answer your question, Ginny?
It does. It's still the same problem though, because like you said, I mean, I still have a lot of very old people that are wellness advocates simply because of when they signed up.
Right.
And I would love for them to get that prompt because, like you're saying, they're already sharing. Then they would do something because they actually don't know anything about signing people up because that was never their intention.
Right.
And we all get people that sign up, but they sign themselves up, and we talk to them about it, and they still sign themselves up as wellness advocates. I don't know why people do that if they have no intention of building, but I get people that do that, and I'm like, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I agree with you. There's definitely people that are in the incorrect position, right? They're just not in the right position for them. So if this is something that suits them better, you know, based on the phase of life that they're in, like I said,
and if we have any top leaders here that want to maybe say something to doTERRA, what I'd like to see is somebody who is a wellness advocate and hasn't signed up a single person in years, that they would just downgrade them, you know, so they could get this prompt. Because
I thought they were automatically downgraded.
At one point they were doing that, but I don't know what the status of that is right now. At one point they were actively downgrading people if they had not signed up someone in over a year and they did not have an active downline or even any downline.
Yeah, when it first, you know, when we first had that split between wholesale customer and wellness advocate, doTERRA was, you know, automatically downgrading people who hadn't enrolled anybody ever or hadn't enrolled in over a year. And so that was the initial thing, just to kind of make that separation. But I don't think that has been an automatic thing since that beginning time. So I think that they have to request it if they want to downgrade. And I think it's very easy to do, like I said.
It would be nice if there was a way that we could request that. So we could look at somebody and say, hey, they haven't even ordered in a year, let's downgrade them. That way when they, you know, because a lot of people do come back to their accounts after a year, 2 years, 3 years, right?
Sure.
I'd like them to see that prompt. That would be really cool if we could do it, because I think it streamline things, make it easier.
And this may be something that is answered during one of these calls. So I have not been on one yet. My call is scheduled for tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So maybe, you know, we'll find out more, and that definitely could be a question to bring up to corporate.
And Ginny, next Monday they have the leadership call with Eric Larson. I would get on that.
I can't. Is this the one? Is that the one at 6 o'clock? Because there's no sign up link there. The email.
Ginny, I'll get that to you after this call. I already put it in the leader group, but I'll get it to you later. But I'm just saying that's where you would want to write your question in when Eric Larson.
What
is
are these
on the
calls
line.
she's talking about that are happening at 2 p.m.? I don't know anything about that.
So this is new, and it's just addressing this refer a friend, and this is being put on by corporate. So someone
look in your emails.
I did
Someone
not get
from
an email
doTERRA.
about that. I got the one from that you're talking about from
From
about
Eric.
leadership recap
Yeah,
with Justin Harrison and Eric
Right.
Lars. Yeah, I got that one, but I did not get another
Jenny.
one.
Jenny, just check Facebook Messenger. I'm sending you the link to the calls.
Awesome. Thank you.
thank you. Good.
And
And
the other thing that this just made me think of too is when we have suggestions, sometimes we talk within ourselves and we complain about things. I'm guilty of it as well.
Yeah.
We need to be talking to our account managers or contacting doTERRA, because
Yes.
literally they do listen to us. And if
Yes.
there's a way they can make a change, they will. But
Mhm.
we really need to be reaching out to them and getting others that we know feel the same to reach out.
Right.
So that would be my other thought, that if we're not happy with something, it's good to do that.
Agreed.
Yes, so we can all send emails and ask if there's a way that we can just send an email to placements and ask to downgrade wellness advocates to customers if they haven't enrolled anybody. It's a good idea, Melanie.
Yeah, and I just want to say that if you're silver and above and you are on TMAP, there is an area there that's called the Voice of a Leader,
Mhm.
and you can go in there and submit the feedback. doTERRA put that in place during convention so that leaders can, put in their feedback as to anything they want to see change, anything that they're having issues with, or any challenges. And that's another place, because I know in the Facebook group, in the Gold Facebook group, they've been telling us submit any kind of feedback through that, so that doTERRA can filter through those.
And they are reading them and they are listening. There's a big thread on the Diamond page right now that's going crazy. I think it's like 150 comments and people are getting fired up. So they are, and then Russell Butters just started, responding to people. So they do watch those pages, but they really want to get the feedback from Voice of a Leader or through your account manager. They definitely listen, and that's how changes are made. So don't complain amongst yourselves, or just go to the powers that be, because they are listening. And you can take a picture of this QR code and it will send you directly to the sign up link for these refer a friend informational calls, which are being held tomorrow, Wednesday, and I think Thursday, and they're all at the
Thursday,
same
yeah.
time. Yeah. So 2
Also,
p.m.
Lorinda,
Mhm.
another thing that I thought was really cool is when they shared, they actually have the little videos made to show the new customers how to do this program.
Mhm.
So those, I did a quick recording of those too. And so they'll be really simple and informative to help walk our customers through it, which I think is really, really great. So I was
Yeah,
excited.
they're trying to make things so easy. They
Yeah.
don't want this to be some complex process that customers are like, come on, what do you, it shouldn't be so hard, right? So they're trying to make it very easy. I applaud them. It's sometimes it's very challenging to make things easy, right? But they are trying to make it easy for the customers, and the more educated we are on the process, the easier, we can make that process for our customers. And just think of it this way: if most of us here are wellness advocates, even if half of the team members that you have referred one person, imagine where you would be sitting this time next year in terms of rank or, volume. I mean, it could really be an exponential growth opportunity for all of us to have this in place. So
Yeah, I think this is really awesome. I have another question. Is each call the same? So it doesn't matter what day we go, or do we go each day?
you only need to go once.
Okay.
So yeah, they're just holding it at the same time each day, but it's a live call. It's not a recorded thing. But it's not new content every day. You just pick one of the days that works for you and you jump on.
Lorinda, it's Rob here.
Hey, Rob.
Just wanted to make sure I'm on the same page. It's only for US and Canadian customers, is that right?
Correct. And that's a great point. Of course, we brought this up because we have a huge GAC team. Some of you are on this call on my GAC team, and our goal is to get everything rolled out to GAC as soon as possible. And of course, other areas of the world as well. And they have to start with US, so US and Canada was number one. And then eventually this will be rolled out to all of the markets. So it's coming, just be patient. But all of these things are definitely coming to all of the markets eventually. So we're putting a lot of pressure on GAC. So
Yeah.
No.
Now that go ahead, Rob.
one other thing, I think I remember them saying that the limit on the doTERRA dollars was 599 US, 499
Correct.
Canada, right?
Correct. Yeah. So, and the reason why, if you think, well, that's a weird number, like why would they pick that number? It's because anyone who earns over $600 in the US, doTERRA is obligated to send them a 1099. So that is the income threshold before a 1099 would need to be generated. So that's why it's that 599 is the number. So once they would be going over that, then most likely they would be asked to upgrade to a wellness advocate so that they could actually, get commissions, as a direct deposit in their bank account or a check versus just applied to their AR balance. So
I assume that if we saw somebody enroll a couple people, we would probably be contacting them.
yeah,
Probably a
I
smart
mean,
thing to do anyway.
if you're seeing somebody referring people like crazy and, like really going nuts, like you would be approaching them and having that business conversation anyway. That's a good problem to have, right? So yeah, exactly. You would be.
Now, I just wanted to quickly just piggyback off what Rob was asking about other countries being able to take advantage of this program. If you are in another country and you have, we asked this question, if you're in another country, like I know I have my team in Bermuda. So if you're in Bermuda, but you have a wholesale customer in the US, that wholesale customer in the US can go into can use the refer a friend link, and you will get, and if you're in GAC, you can get credit for that.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, so I just want to clarify that. So it's a great way to, I know for our Bermuda team, to expand beyond the Bermuda border. So if you have, again, wholesale customers there in the US, they can take advantage of this program and you will get credit for that.
Yeah, great point. And we did confirm that with the GAC manager when we were on premises, site leadership. We looked him in the eye and we definitely confirmed that with him. So again, great opportunity for anyone who has global teams to maybe focus in on their US teams a little bit right now, once this becomes available on April 1st, because those wholesale customers in the US and Canada are eligible for this. And, if the enroller is outside of the US, they're still going to benefit.
The other thing I wanted to mention too is that even though we will be able to place these customers wherever we need, like volume or whatever, they haven't quite ironed out all of the details, but as long as that person, if they decide within 60 days to upgrade to a wellness advocate, those people that they signed up would be moved, can be moved. They can structure it however they want, which is a huge benefit. So the one thing I think might be wise for us to do is when we're placing these people, if it's under people who are building, to just explain that this is kind of a temporary, possibly a temporary gift for that volume, but there's a potential that they might upgrade and, and no longer be there, just so that people aren't disappointed. I guess just setting expectations would be important, but I mean, it's brilliant. It's awesome. We can put the volume where we need it until they decide if they want to upgrade or do the business. So they're looking at about probably 60 days, and they'll be pretty flexible, they said, with that. So that was,
I think even cool after the 60-day period, I do remember hearing them saying that as well. Like, let's say 6 months from now, somebody decides, hey, I changed my mind. I want to do this as a business, and their friends and family are scattered all over your organization, right? Because you placed them wherever you wanted. There is a way that you can pull all those people back and place them under that, upgraded wellness advocate, and structure the people for the best benefit of that new wellness advocate and those people too. So obviously it has to be, within agreement of that enroller, of the person who enrolled the wholesale customer. But if that person agrees, then, all those moves can be made. So they're trying to make it easy and not, make someone feel bad if they decide 6 months later, I want to do this as a business, and my mom and my sister and my brother are who knows where and on your team, right? So you would be able to, get all those people back underneath that person should they decide to do the business at a later date. So good point.
Yeah, I think
Thanks
the way
for
they
doing that.
explained it to me was the first 60 days, it would be like, you wouldn't have to do any type of an exception request,
Right.
but potentially we might have to do go through placements after that period. But you're exactly right, Lorinda. They're
Yeah.
going to try to work with us on that. So it's
Exactly.
pretty awesome.
I mean,
pretty
wouldn't that be a
brilliant.
great
We're so
problem to
lucky.
have, you know, as the enroller of a
Yes.
wholesale customer who decides 6 months later, I want to be a wellness advocate, and they had 10 people that they had referred at one point or another. Okay, you know, we're going to make this happen for you and help you create, you know, a team for yourself right from the start. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and doTERRA is being very flexible with how it's being rolled out and making sure that everyone's taken care of properly. So to sum it up, the 3 big moves: refer a friend, waived enrollment. There is a new affiliate beta program coming out. They really did not give us very many details about this at all. They really focused more on refer a friend. I think they want to kind of get that off the ground first. And then the affiliate beta was meant for people who attended leadership in person or bought a leadership ticket. Those would be the first people that will be permitted, I guess, to kind of join in on this affiliate program in the beta phase. So, but again, they didn't really share that much about it, but to me, it seems like it's going to be more something that you would approach a business with, like a chiropractor or somebody who has access to a lot of customers, maybe an influencer on Instagram, like maybe somebody who has a big network. Potentially they could be, you know, looked at as an affiliate, but a little short on the details with that. So I don't know, Stephanie, if you have anything else you want to share, or Fred, but there wasn't much that I remember them saying about this other than that.
I actually asked about that to try to get a little more clarification, and it's still in the process, but basically the idea behind this, the way they explained it to me at least, was that this is more intended for people who don't really want to be involved in a network marketing company. It would give them the benefit of commissions on their sales, but they would not be able to build a team. So basically, you know, you'd put the volume where you'd put that person wherever, and the volume would stay under them. And they said they're not sure this will last forever. It's a beta, so we'll see what happens. But I think it's great for people that are like, I don't really want to build a business, but you know, a lot of chiropractors, naturopathic doctors, I mean, they earn a lot of money off of the products they sell in their offices. So this is great because it puts us right there where they can earn, you know, the percentage on every single sale, not just for the first 60 days, but continuing on. So I think for some people, for some businesses, it might be a good option if they don't catch the vision of building, you know, a doTERRA business. That was my understanding from what they said to me.
Yeah,
I think that sums up a lot. The only thing I would add, Lorinda, is 2 things. Is I think from what I noted in my notes, they said that was going to be a US market only, the beta test. So I don't even think that includes Canada, because they didn't mention that specifically as they did the refer a friend. And then I did jot down the notes where they said when the calls and the decisions on that would be being made. And they said the refer a friend calls are the end of March right now this week. And then the program launches April 3rd next week. And the affiliate beta calls would be scheduled for April. They didn't even know exactly when, middle and, you know, but they said it will be in April with an anticipated launch in May. But I think, you know, what you said is exactly right. They were very clear that, you know, hey, we want to let you guys in on this, but the details are not all solidified yet. So, you know, just kind of hang loose and get ready and be ready, you know, to get on those calls in April.
Right. And eventually will be rolled out to all leaders. So if you weren't at leadership or you didn't buy a ticket, don't feel badly like, oh my gosh, I totally missed it. Like, eventually you'll have the opportunity to do it.
Right.
But they did say that I think they just want a very controlled
Yeah.
Slow rollout and not, all thousands and thousands of us trying to do it at the same time. So that's
Yeah, and any leader that was not able to attend in person but bought the online ticket, you're also eligible to be included in the beta.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Otherwise, that's the only other thing I had.
So they did announce the theme for the convention coming up, and it's called Becoming. And look at that picture of Vivint. Doesn't that look so cool? And these are the dates. So September 13th through the 16th. Tickets will go on sale May 16th. There will be in-person and virtual options. There will be a hotel block made available, and it's May 9th is for Blue Diamonds, May 11th to the 14th is for Diamonds, and then May 16th, general housing for everybody else. So mark your calendars for May 16th. Or actually even sooner if you want to get in on those room blocks if you're a diamond and above. So this was kind of I think this was an Emily slide, but I had to throw it in here because she really talked about, creating the best version of yourself and just, helping as many people as possible. And this is our role, as wellness advocates and even as customers. We have been introduced, right, to these beautiful gifts of the earth, and we're almost under a moral obligation to share about that and tell other people about them because they do have so many amazing healing properties. Why are we keeping this to ourselves, right? We need to share the love and, continually be a person who's creating the best version of ourselves. I love this picture. I think this is another one of Emily's slides that I stole, but our ability to change lives is directly tied to the growth of the business. And this picture just speaks so much joy to me. In Nepal, the ladies harvesting German chamomile, and it's true, the more our business grows, obviously, the more impact we have, not only on our own friends and family, but on these farmers and on our growers that we've partnered with. We forget sometimes about the people on the other side of the bottle, but it really affects their lives too when we are kind of doing our jobs and sharing and growing. It's making so many ripple effects across the world that sometimes I think we forget. We get this myopic view that it's just all about us and our own families, but every time we share and another bottle is sold, you're affecting somebody in Nepal or somebody in Italy or somebody in Bulgaria. You never know what your efforts, how they can, positively impact the lives of not only your own friends and family, but the people that are creating, these beautiful oils for us. So I think this, again, was another Emily slide, but I had to throw it in here. We help the world heal. And that's really what we're about. And, healing ourselves first and foremost, be a product of the product. That was discussed quite a bit. I think they had some crazy statistic that I was shocked about. And it was something like only 18% of wellness advocates were buying MetaPower. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think that was the number, 18%. So I think even Emily was like looking at us like, hello, we know who you are. What's wrong with you people? Like, you need to be using this stuff, right? So Dr. Osgood-Thorpe was saying the same thing. It was like a little bit of an admonishment, like, come on now, we know, and I think he said only 1% of customers have tried MetaPower. So clearly there's room to grow on both sides, right? But they said, you want to help the most people, you want to help people heal, like, start with yourself, right? And you could be a product of the product, and that, in turn helps others, become interested in it and say, I'll have what she's having, or I'll have what he's having, because they're seeing all the great success that you have. So this was the end of my slides. I'm going to stop the share. Okay. So that is all I had, and definitely open up to whomever else was there that wants to comment. And of course, whoever wants to ask a question, please feel free to ask away.
I have a request.
Yes.
And it's actually not on the topic specifically, but given that we all have an influence when we repeatedly make a request and doTERRA does listen, one of my favorite tools to introduce to my people is the oils chemistry wheel. And yet that has not been updated for quite a while, as far as I have seen. So I really, really would love to see them update it with all the most recently introduced oils. I think Copaiba is on there, so it goes up until about, what was that, 2019 maybe?
Okay.
But I'm not sure that some of the more obscure oils that we all have in our stash, you know, and so I would really love to see them give that a facelift and make sure that all the really cool oils are on there. And again, I realize like Hinoki is not available in the United States, but so many of us have it because it's been a promotion at some point or another. You know, we all have that in our little stash of goodies. So even though it's more of an international oil, I would love to see, you know, Manuka, Hinoki, some of those things. I can guess where they go, but in order for me to say to my people, like, here, this is a really great tool. When you don't have the oil that's called for in a blend, try what's next to it on the oil chemistry wheel. Yeah. So if everybody could just kind of raise their hand, rattle the cage, ask for that to be updated, I'd really love the echoed voices.
Sure. Absolutely. I wrote
Thanks.
that down. Thank you. Anyone else comments, questions? I'm looking at the chat too. Sorry, I could not see that when I was in slide presenter mode. Let's see.
It was so great, Lorinda. Thank you so much. For
You're
putting that up
welcome.
and doing that for all of us. I
The
appreciate you.
stick has 40. Okay. Oh, thank you for posting that, Bonnie. Yeah, they announced that whoever attended in person the leadership retreat was going to get a code for a free Rose Duet, and anyone who achieved silver and above in the last 12 months. You know, so if you weren't there, but you achieved silver and above in the last 12 months, you're going to get a free Rose Duet, which is incredible. And this was to celebrate doTERRA's 15th anniversary. So you'll receive an email on March 28th, tomorrow, yay, to use on April 1st. And then that Rose Duet will be sold, will be opened up for everyone to buy later on this spring. Ginny, oh my gosh, you're going to Bulgaria. Oh my gosh, Cricket, that's so amazing. I'm so jelly. You'll have to take a million pictures. I can't find my cursor with the glare.
She will.
Oh, yeah, that's my specialty.
And she'll post them all. And she'll educate us on whatever she learns.
Yes,
I love
please
it.
do. You the pressure's on, Cricket. You better take a lot of pictures and
Slack now.
give us all the nitty gritty about Bulgaria and that distillery. I want to know everything.
I'm back in Florida for spring break, so like we just left, right? And I'm back here in a hotel right now. I'm like, oh, there's the convention center. We just were at that last week before that.
Oh yeah, I don't know why there was a giant yellow line. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't see that on my end.
It's like, it looked like some scribble scrabble. I didn't know how to get
Yeah,
rid
it
of
was a small yellow line.
Okay.
It wasn't giant.
Sorry about that.
I didn't see it.
I saw it like towards the end.
That's how small it was.
Only the special people got to see that.
Only special people.
Sorry. The 2 p.m. meetings start this week. The first one was today. Any scripts available?
And that's 2 p.m. Mountain Time. So that's
2 p.m.
4
Mountain Time.
p.m. our
Correct.
time.
So it's 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Scripts. Felicia, scripts for what? This is for the WC.
For the Refer a Friend program.
Yeah, there definitely will be. So I highly recommend you register for one of those calls. I know it's in the middle of your workday, but you'll get sent the recording. So definitely register, even if you know you can't make that time, because they should be sending out the link to the recording. And
Thank you.
I'll be on the call tomorrow, so I'll take notes. But
Okay.
I would imagine yes, and all of that should be in the digital marketing kit. They've been pretty good about giving us scripts and things like that. Yes, this is for the wholesale customer only, and their upline would be the enroller, correct? All right, yes. Yes.
Yeah, there's one other thing, Lorinda. Here in the US, they've now split the fast start bonus to be 25, 10, and no more 5.
No,
And yet,
they didn't
No,
do
not
that.
yet.
They talked about doing it and then they pulled
Not
us
yet.
oh,
So
oh,
it's still
okay,
20, 10,
20,
5.
10, 5. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. They
Scratch
did
that.
I
discuss
do
that at one
think,
point, but it
I
never
do
came to
think,
fruition.
yeah, it didn't come here. It might be happening in some of the Asian markets, I think.
Right, right.
But they didn't, they talked about it here and then they yanked it back.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So we're still on the old model, 20, 10, 5.
Yeah.
Yes. Good question. Anybody else? Comments, questions? Don't be shy.
Great job, Lorinda. Great job.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you,
thank you
everybody.
very much.
Try
That
to
was
like
fantastic.
make it succinct, and just pull the most,
Beautiful
salient,
job.
important things
Two-
for everybody.
Thank
Yeah.
you
Two
so
thumbs
much. That
up.
was amazing.
Thank
I'd give 2
you.
thumbs up, but my other thumb is holding up the camera, so I can't do that.
I'll
There we
I'll
go.
accept your one thumb. I'll accept
Yeah.
it.
Stephanie and Melanie are giving me 2 thumbs up for that. Thanks, girls.
But
Thank
definitely,
Thank you so much.
if
Thank you,
there's a
Lola.
way for you girls to get there next year in person, I mean, highly, highly recommend. This goes without saying for convention as well.
Yeah.
Of course, we know virtual is so convenient, and we've all done the virtual thing, these past few years, and it's great. But if you can make the investment in yourself to get there in person, it is infinitely better to have those connections. Like, I never would have met half the people on this call if I wasn't there in person, right? Melanie,
Yep.
Cricket, like, I feel like I have all these great new friends now. Stephanie, it was just so wonderful. Jackie, so wonderful to meet you. And that's like I said, the best part I feel of doTERRA is the community. And just building those connections is so important, and collaborating with other people. And those of us that are wellness advocates, I think most of us here, we're all in the same boat, right? We're all in the boat.
Yeah.
We're rowing at different speeds, but we're all have that same goal in mind, which is to build a beautiful business, or to help as many people as possible, get these amazing products into their homes. So sometimes it's a little lonely, isn't it, to be an entrepreneur? So to have those friendships and connections, from all over the states and even across the globe is just a beautiful thing. And those can really be done really only in person, in my opinion. So
yeah,
if you can set the money aside, start saving now for convention, start saving now for leadership next year, and make it your business to get there, because the people who get there in person are really well rewarded on many levels.
Yep, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. So thank you, Lorinda. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. And thanks to you guys, too, that were there and could chime in and, help to share your experience there as well. It's so important. What I have heard is, I think Lorinda's point is really well made, that it's good for us to go in person, because I think there may be more and more special happenings, special things available to us who come in person.
Yeah.
So we want to make that a priority, because this is a pretty good thing, getting that Rose duo, that's a pretty big deal. So for all of us that are there in person, and anybody silver and above, that's going to be a really great thing.
Absolutely. We sure love you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, love you all. Thank you
Thanks
so
so
much
much.
for joining me. I will get this recording uploaded to YouTube, and I'll send the link out to the same people I emailed yesterday or the day before, so you'll all have it hopefully by tomorrow morning that you can send to your kids.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and we
Thanks
can
so
forward it
much.
to the
Lorinda.
team.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Have a
Lorinda.
great night.
Have
Thanks,
a great
everyone.
week.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, guys.